What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Tonight we went down a rabbit hole of limited releases this week, and we are reviewing The Outrun, which is out now in theaters. Now, before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to follow me on all the social media pages. And without further ado, let's get into it. As I made in my video yesterday, there were really only 3 releases this week that my Regal personally shown. I know that I believe this week White Bird came out. I've already made a review for that as it was Mystery Movie Monday, but my Regal does not have it. So we are here with The Outrun. Now, this movie really is a tale of your life hitting a very bad point and you fighting your way to reach the pinnacle or reach what your goals should have been. Now, this film centers around a girl named Rona, who at the time is an alcoholic. She has been to rehab. She is trying to really get her life back in order. And so what you see in this movie is a lot of flashbacks. A lot of flashbacks to how she became an alcoholic. A lot of the flashbacks to the relationship that she had with people, how her addiction ruined friendships, ruined different situations, and even her career that she was studying for. Now, she was a graduate student in biology, so obviously she was looking forward to that. Now, when it comes to this movie, you really got to look at it from the perspective of what is the end game of the film. And like I said, I feel like the end game for an audience is to sit back and realize that you can overcome challenges when they are presented to you. Now, during this flashback, you see her return home. You see her work on her dad's farm. She really is working and talking to her mother's friends who are very religious. I noticed that really quick. And so with that, you're really getting Rona's whole story. Now, I will say this film, for the kind of film it is pretty long. It is about 2 hours, 50 minutes, somewhere around there. And so a part of me was just kind of sitting back thinking it did not need to be that long. And I still feel that way. But ultimately, you see where Rona progresses and how things end up for her. Now, getting into the rating and the overall opinion of the film, I didn't think it was a bad movie. Like I said, I think it went a little bit too long. I don't think that you needed almost 2 hours for this movie. This could have been done in about 20 minutes less. But I will never knock a movie for trying to leave an audience with as much information as they can. When it comes to the storytelling, I thought the storytelling was really done well. The one thing for me, though, I'm not a big fan of flashback type of movies where you feel like you're in the movie for a second, then you're back out of it, then you're back in. Now, I know that may sound a little hypocritical because I like the movie White Bird so much, but the White Bird really only spent about 5 minutes in the movie at the beginning, and then the whole story was of the grandma. So that's where that movie kind of differs. But overall, like I said, the message and the center point of the movie is done well. It is something a lot of people can relate to, and it's also something that people have dealt with themselves, not just relating to a personal situation about you struggling with addiction. This film relates to people that have seen family members, friends, relatives, whatever it may be, that have struggled as well. Now, when it comes to the rating, I'm going to give this film a 2.8 out of 5. I feel like it is a movie that is very watchable. I feel like it is a movie that you could go sit down and enjoy it. But like I said, for me, I felt the runtime was just a little too long. I'm not a big fan of all the flashbacks. That kind of threw me off. And so when you're keeping up with a timeline and looking at a timeline, You want it all to make sense. In the end, it did, but I felt like there were pieces that had to be put together. So for me, a 2.8 out of 5 for the Outrun. Now, going into this week, like I said, I'm still recovering from a mini flu. I don't sound right. Woo. Don't sound right. I've seen 2 movies all weekend. There's not really many movies out in theaters right now. I've seen them all. Let's just put that out there. So this week we will have more reviews. Really looking at Thursday. I do know I will release another Halloween movie review tomorrow. But make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to follow me on all the social medias. I do have a Patreon now if you would like to support the channel. As always, I will talk to you later and see you in the next one.